Hello guys, and welcome back to QuickRope Tutorials. My name is Jake and I am the developer of QuickRopes. In this tutorial we'll go quickly over how to edit the spline in the new version of QuickRopes. I'd like to keep this under 3.5 minutes, so I won't be going into too much detail about what the things do. I'll just kind of show you how they work. I'll save the details for the documentation and maybe an upcoming video. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. The first point you'll notice is this nice little red point right here, and that is the root control point. Now what the root control point does is it allows you to do things like move the entire rope around, rotate the entire rope around, and finally scale the entire rope. It doesn't do anything other than that, so let's move on to the next one. The next point is this dark blue point right here, which is a control point. Now the control point is, as you might expect, a point at which you can control the spline. The most notable thing about a control point is that the spline will always intersect these dark blue control points. So that's one thing that you can expect. Next we have these light blue control points, which are tangent control points, and basically they control how the spline is ejected from one point and connected into the next. As you can see here, we can maneuver it around, and you'll see that the rope or the spline reacts accordingly. Okay, let's go ahead and set this up real quick. Let's get this straightened out a little bit, and then I'll show you the next point, which is this nice little green point right here. And what this green point does is it adds a new control point by simply clicking on it. And you'll see it added a new control point there, and we can now maneuver this around. When you add a new control point, you'll see that every new control point comes with 2 new tangent control points, and these are mirrored by default. But just so you know, they have 3 modes: free, aligned, and mirrored. Free mode allows you to move them independently of each other. Aligned mode allows you to move them further away from each other, but they will maintain the same rotation. And finally, the mirrored mode, which means that they will stay the same distance from each other as well as the same rotation. Alright, to delete a point, you just simply select the point, click delete control over here in the spline editor, and then to make the spline loop, you click the is looped checkbox, and that'll make a nice little loop. Previous versions of QuickRopes 3 did not have this version, so I am happy to announce that this one does, and I hope that you guys will be excited about that. Almost as excited as I was when I first saw this. It was kind of cool. So anyway, that should do it with the quick overview of how to use the spline editor. We'll go over more of the grindy details later on in future videos. But for the next tutorial, I will show you how to connect objects and how to deal with your QuickRopes and how to treat them as physics objects. So with that said, I'll bid you adieu, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.